Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Winter Cup. There are only a few missing games, and this is one of it. So this is the final of the Arabia round, and we do have here in the red Foot Piece, which is he is playing the Aztecs, and on the other side we do have Herr Acker. He's used to play as Peter with the color of Peter Host, so he's playing the yellow. And we do have here a classic Arabian map. So nowadays it's quite open, but these maps do have forward woodlines. Acker has only one back woodline, so there's just one, I would say, safe woodline. Two of them are here for Foot Piece. Foot Piece is also scouting. Now he has found some sheep. Oh, okay. I'm not really used to the to the capture age settings. So now we should be able to see Foot Piece scouting. So he's scouting with the sheeps. He still is not reacting to these sheeps here. But is he already scouting for his opponent? So it's possible. On the other side we do have Acker. Acker is scouting in nice circles around his base, so now he has found his rhino. He's immediately going for it. He has some sheeps left. It's already brought in the first one, so it's quite good to bring in the wars against Foot Piece fast, because Foot Piece is always good for a lane. Nice lure here. So now sending out the boys for a lumber camp. But you can see it here, both players have already a huge amount of idle time. The Foot Piece is now idling his town center up to Herr Acker's. And so Herr Acker is still one villager behind. Maybe he was housed and has loom already. And now he's running underneath the town center. Foot Piece, and Foot Piece of course is reacting. And Herr Acker is not reacting and sending the scout directly in underneath the air fire of the town center. So that was a big mistake here for Herr Acker. And at the same time, Foot Piece has found or has lured two sheep of Herr Acker, and I think he does not, or he is not able to find this sheep back, because yes, you do have Herr Acker's point of view. So he has no idea where Foot Piece sent the goat, and at this point Foot Piece just sent it back to the one corner, so to make sure that his opponent does not get the extra food, and he's rushing. So Herr Acker, the last thing he should have seen was the barracks, so he should be able to see what's coming forward. But at this point the missing scout hurts a lot. So, but Foot Piece lost his starting scout, his Eagle Scout 2. So both players lost the scout. Or did they? No, Foot Piece is spamming militias, so it's the fourth militia. And Acker still is not balling. So he saw the early barracks. So it's a classic rush. He also is running out of food. He has only one goat left. He has not taken a lot of berries, and now the berries get pressured. So this is pretty bad for him. Just some simple walls around the berries to protect the food resources you really need, because these are 4 militias you could fight. Football should retreat here and Herr Acker maybe send back the low XP one. Yeah, that was a great trade for Herr Acker. Herr Acker is also up to fuel age in a few seconds. I don't like this farm setup. So here's one goat left. He also has terrible food economy. He has idle economy everywhere. Both players have 1 minute TC idle time, and food piece has already six militias out. So maybe Herr Acker could lure them into town center, but with a quicker reaction time there would be some nice hits possible. But at this point you have to make sure to get archers out, and for archers you need wood and gold. Herr Acker has a backguard, he has a backwood, but at this time he needs to send more villagers and straggler trees, so forget about the mill. The mill is not important anymore. Get gold. For a double archery range you need 7 villagers on gold. Get upgrades and pump out archers all the time. Herr Acker now is sending 7 villagers to gold without even a mining camp and with only 1 archery range. So 3 villagers on gold would be more than enough at this point, and there's a terrible walls for the lumber camp. So villagers are always bumping onto each other and it's not even protecting all the villagers. So maybe 1 or 2 tiles more space for the villagers would be fine, because Foodpiece has already 9 militias and the endless militia spam with Aztecs with 0 advantages is not great. So if your Acker is able to get out more archery numbers, he's in a very good position, and he needs a second lumber camp, maybe there or there, because the wood is essential for his strategy and it gets denied. So the panic wars on the gold were a little bit early, and now garrison the town center and there are 2 militias dead. Again a late reaction time and very nice splits from Foodpiece. And yes, Herr Acker has nothing in defense, 2 archers without even fletching. Now he's losing one of them, and this is game, because Herr Acker is not microing probably, and he's now building the blacksmith, but he has only 9. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go for a quick pause. No idea what's happening or what happened there. Also you can kill these 2 militias, and you need to get archer numbers and fletching and not get any hits of these militias with your archers. Just don't panic, send more villagers to wood because you will need them. And now he has 3 archers. He has lost 1 or 2 already, so he has lost 2 archers already. So 2 archers more, he would have had the archer number of 5 archers, and this would be great, because then he would have been able to clean all the militias, go forward, attack Foodpiece. Foodpiece is still in Dark Age, so he's just now going up to the next age. This means he's very vulnerable at home, but therefore you in my opinion you just have to ignore the militias, because you can fight them with villagers and put some aggression onto Foodpiece. Deny the main goal, it's forward, deny the berries, it's forward. The Foodpiece has good wood lines in the back, but terrible gold spot and a terrible berry position. At this point he's able to bring in the extra food from the berries. The Acker is just now going back to berries. He's getting 3 hits, but he has now cleared all the militias, and he only has 2 left. So you have to go forward to do them damage. If you look at the the time of both players, it's ridiculous. So our Acker is now around about 3 minutes, and Foodpiece is also only 30 seconds behind of this. So Hubris has the village lead, he has killed 2 villagers, but in all Herr Acker has killed a lot of militias. So he has 7 archers with fletching. Hubris is going up to castle age, and this is the problem. Hubris has a huge amount of villagers. He's just attacking, and yeah, Herr Acker has reacted. He's spotted. Yeah, okay, good job here. And in the front, at the front, Hubris should lose at least 1 villager if Herr Acker micros probably. Okay. Yes, 1 villager done. But Herr Acker has to focus on the army. Don't run into the town center. It's deadly. At this point, Hubris finished the berries. So well done here. And Herr Acker has chances to come back here. But he somehow needs to click up to castle age fast. Because if you recognize, the score gets closer and closer. So this is a sign that your opponent is up to the next age. With some better macro. Again. What's happening here? So with some better macro, Herr Acker would have been able to pick more villages than 2. At this point he's just equalizing the villager KD, but Hubris is now up to castle age at this point. Otherwise you sacrifice your archers or you send them back to your base. Maybe it's better for Herr Acker to pressure, because Hubris is not able to go for knights as he's playing for Aztecs, and Eagle warriors need upgrades, so at least the armor upgrades and the warrior upgrade. But there's the forward siege. He forced Hubris to go for 2 towers, which is a great sign, because he had to spend gold for the investment. And Herr Acker has also more archers here, so he's forward with 9 archers. He has already 13 archers, he has 5 in the queue, and he's going up for castle age. So let's have a look at the setup. In my opinion, he should definitely go for a 2nd archer range. Also, this amount of food villagers and farmers is not needed, so 4 villages there is more than enough to finish the berries. Send the rest to wood and gold. So Herr Acker is losing all the archers to the town center, and the archers are in 2 minutes crossbow minute, and they can get very, very dangerous. Now Hubris has siege, so Herr Acker knows what's coming, because he saw the siege workshop, and he should think about switching into knights or scouts. So as we know, oh no, Herr Acker is throwing all his military. I'm speechless. I'm really speechless. 10 seconds before reaching castle age, he has lost more than 10 archers. More than 10 archers. What a throw. So instead of oh my goodness. Instead of putting pressure to his opponent has immediately the chance to go forward. Now some typically Hubris play to add some monks. He's used to have 0 economy, and with some monks, yeah, here. It was obvious that Hubris is going for monk siege, because Herr Acker is going for crossbows. He has only 1 archery range, so he has a lot of food. He has 10 farmers. He has horse collar, so a good play from Herr Acker would be to add in some light caps to counter the monks and the siege. So Footbridge has huge siege numbers, but no monks and nothing else. So maybe 4 or 5 light caps would put Herr Acker onto winning spot again, because he still has 7 villages more, but he can't fight this amount of siege with the crossbows, because even Viper would struggle against this micro. And yes, he's not, maybe he's killing one mangonel, but now he's fighting even downhill, which is worse than fighting, which is even more worse than fighting with crossbowmen against 1 mangonel and 4 scorpions. And now it's too late. He has 700 food in the bank, but no stable. He's just adding more and more crossbows from 1 archery range, and all the crossbowmen get cleared up because they are in small numbers, and there are even 3 gifts for a food piece. Even now he's only adding 1 stable, so he needs to secure more. Food piece now has more idle concept time than Herr Acker has, and this is the GG castle. So when Footbridge is able to get this castle up, the game is totally over. Footbridge now has built a second town center. He's not even using all his farms, so it's just free food lying at home. He has only 4 farmers. Everyone knows that you need 6 villages on food to get your town centers running. Footbridge would need 12, so it makes 0 sense to go for a second town center. Maybe they're just there for protection, but the castle would be a great game ending moment. And now Herr Acker is going for knights with 0 upgrades against monks, a monk siege push. This never will work, because you get your weapons converted and switch sides to the enemy lines. Now the first knight, 2 knights get converted, so normally you should think about deleting it. Now Acker gets pushed with a GG castle with monk siege and even his own knights. Now he's switching for light caps. Why not doing 4 or 5 light caps a little bit earlier, kill the siege and maybe 1 or 2 monks, but now Footbridge has too many units. He is taking the forward stone. Acker is building up a protection castle for the gold and his 2 woodlines. But look at this messy woodline and this messy economy for Herr Acker. Footbridge has evened out the villager count and has more army than Herr Acker, and I don't see any chance for Herr Acker to come back. Because now he's starting to convert the villagers with sloppy micro. Oh, he's not even losing 1 monk. Now the own knights from Herr Acker are killing his economy. Yes, that's it. So Herr Acker's village population is dropping dramatically, and Footbridge is ringing the town bell, which is never a good sign. So hearing a town bell always means that the opponent is panicking. So at this point Footbridge's whole economy is idle. I have no idea what he's doing or from which units he's afraid of, because Herr Acker has nothing forward. The good thing about Khmer is you can drop farms everywhere. You don't need a mill or something. But if your main base is looking like this doesn't help you anyways. So Footbridge now has 9 monks, which are 900 gold, and you know Aztec monks are maybe the strongest monks in the game, so they get crazy amount of hit points by each upgrade you give them. And now Footbridge is going for the next castle. Maybe it's a little bit too ballsy, because Herr Acker has already dropped the township there, and Herr Acker is calling the GG, and this means that Food Please has won the first tournament. So congratulations, congrats to Food Please. We do have here the timeline. So Food Please had a huge lead with his militia spam into Fast Castle, but at this point Herr Acker was even 8 villages ahead. 8 villages and 12 army, but then he ran into the town center, wasted the time, wasted the army, and Food Please was able to build up comfortably the siege and monk numbers, and then there was no way back for Acker. Yes, you can see the drop here from 16 archers a few seconds before Castle Age to 7 archers, and only 3 or 5 of them were forward. So you have in 30 seconds or in 40 seconds you have 15 or 16 crossbowmen, but now you're wasting all of them, and Food Please was able to get up the perfect counter for archers, and then the game was over. Economy wise, Food Please was ahead. So normally if Food Please has a better economy than you, then you should think about that fact. But Food Please had a very efficient lumber camp, and the militia rush put all the pressure to Herr Acker. And maybe this is the reason why Food Please has more collected resources. He also was going up for the okay, that's the exploration rate, and yeah, the timeline we had before, and for the APM I think I need an upgrade. So that's it for the first round, the first season of Arabia. We continue with Sokotra, and let's see you guys there.